And obviously we've had a great evening this evening, haven't we? Have we had a great evening this evening? Great evening this evening, despite the fact that the camera doesn't work. But a sort of bad afternoon for me, in a way, because I had one of those melancholy afternoons when I go through one of the boxes, or bags in this case, of unanswered mail and so forth, and one or two CDs and demo cassettes in there as well. And it's one, you go through them all, and they're all kind of really nice letters and funny emails, and you think, what a pity it is these people don't live in our village, because you'd like to get to know them all, do you know what I mean? I mean, I really do mean that. And I feel really bad about the fact that it is impossible to answer them all, and it's impossible to listen to everything, because I do feel as though we should, somehow. And we do work quite hard, don't we, actually, at trying to keep up with all of this stuff. But there is just too much of it. Not an amazing amount, none of your tens of thousands and things, but just more than you can possibly cope with, really. And so every once in a while I have an afternoon or a day or so when I go through, this is stuff that has been kind of sorted out, and I think these are ones which I really must deal with because they're so nice, or they're so funny, or they're so interesting, or whatever, and you end up having to throw most of them away, and I feel really bad about that. Anyway, the reason I mention it is because I thought what I would do, really, to demonstrate to you what it's like, is just pick a CD out of the demo box at random, really. I think Lamo does something like this from time to time, doesn't he? And just put it on the radio, because you get very, very few that are terrible. Do you know what I mean? Which is kind of disappointing in a way, because it would cheer you up a bit to get a few awful ones. But so this is one which, and it came with a nice letter, and so I thought, well, I'll put it on the radio. It says, "Hi there, Guernica are a young Scottish band. If you give the 2.5-minute long song a wee listen with the thought of playing it on the radio, we'd be most grateful. Thanks, Paul," looks like Duncan. The song is called Higher or Lower. Takes a while to start. Here we go. I thought that was really nice, actually, I have to say. I had listened to about 10 seconds of it, but just in case it was something rude. And, of course, obviously it wasn't. So that was Guernica from somewhere in Scotland, we don't know exactly where, and that was called Higher or Lower. But a demonstration, really, of the kind of standard of things that you get on demo CDs. And as I say, very few of them really bad. And because I am a dad, I feel like everybody's dad under circumstances like that. You know, you want to say, sort of, it'll be okay, it'll work out. Why am I such a soft bugger?